Hey loves, this your girl Sherry Cachet, and we back with another episode of the Cage Bird Sings. I got my king Ollie on the other line. Say what's up, Ollie.
What up? How y'all doing?
And then we got a special guest today. We got a special guest. Her name is Whitney. Say hello to the people, Miss Whitney.
Hey y'all, hey.
Yay! All right, y'all. So today's topic, let me pipe down because it's not a happy topic. Why we're going to bring it from both perspectives. Why Black men and Black women don't protect each other. Okay, so go
Yeah,
ahead,
go
Miss
ahead. Go
Whitney.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so my point on the topic, black men don't support the black women in the same capacity that black women supports the black men. And I say this because when you go back to when black men were in the households, black women weren't expected to go to work, take care of the kids, worry about bills, worry about everything. The black man protected her in the sense to where you stay home, you take care of the kids and let me handle the rest. Not so much just providing, but caring for her outside of the fact of just being with him. So we go to the black man not being in the house. The black man chooses everyone over the black woman. Okay, since the black man has left the household, and I'm going to say that's an environmental thing because it is a condition of our environment.
Right.
But since they left the house, they have chose everything over the black woman. And in what I see with my own eyes, I see that black women will go to bat for a black man when the police is abusing a black man or doing anything, you see a black woman coming to the forefront for them first, quicker than anybody. But the black men don't go, oh, you see all my black women supporting me and, you know, making sure we feel appreciated. But let a white woman step in front of you, it's, oh, you see she's a queen, she does everything, you see this is what we need from the black women, when all along we've been doing that, when we've been putting our lives on the line for a black man, and to no avail.
Mm.
So yeah, that's where I'm starting right now.
Okay. Ollie, do you have do you want to say something in regards to that?
Yeah. I appreciate you for allowing us to be able to tap in. I think a lot of things you said, obviously, you have validity to those things. The biggest thing for me is when we look at this subject is typically what type of man do you have? All black men are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a real big proponent of I'm just gonna say this. This is kind of personal to me, and it really allows me to see things from a different perspective because generally I feel like the black man has been condemned and been cursed in many different ways, right? And to say that the black man don't protect the black woman, that's a strong statement within itself. Because, like
Wait, can
I
I stop
said,
you real quick?
every
Real
black
quick.
man is not the same.
Wait, tell Ali. My point is that the
Ollie,
black men don't support
Ollie, hold
us.
on. Hold on one
Every
second.
black
Hold on,
every
Ollie.
black man is not the same.
Right. And then she had something that she
Let me
wanted to.
clarify. I'm not saying that black men don't support us. I said they don't support us in the capacity that we support them.
And it still stems to what I said. What type of black men are you attracting? Because see, that's the real problem there, right? I said this before on the show before when me and Sheriff was dialoguing. And I said if you go get Day Day from down the street and you think Day Day from down the street is going to support you how he's supposed to support you is not going to happen. You have to get somebody that's conscious, that's aware, and understands who he is as a king. You can't go get no buffoon, because a buffoon is not going to be able to tap in and understand he needs to protect the queen. I'm just going to be real, right? I'm not knocking nobody, because at the end of the day, to each their own. But if I go get Day from down the street, the odds is Day from down the street, he's going to do exactly what Day from down the street is going to do. He's going to be in the streets. He doesn't understand accountability and the responsibility when it comes to supporting somebody, let alone himself. So when you say that, understand that the judgment is who we sleep and who we lay with. A lot of times when someone may say, well, I didn't know he was like this. But a lot of times there's red flags right there before you. Right? And I'm not saying people can't change or people can't grow, but we got to keep in mind who we lay with. A lot of times we got to question that. Not question the man behind the skin tone. Because it's deeper than that.
It is very much deeper than that.
All due respect, right? Because I think a lot of things we have become personal to us. And when we make it personal, we don't see the bigger picture. My cousin said one day it's about attracting frequency instead of types.
Mm-hmm.
We want to attract these types, and then when we get these types, and we get the brother with the do-rag and he's sagging his pants and he hanging out with the blunt, we thinking he goes to take care and be a man. He's not a man.
No, he's not. And you can expect such from a person like that.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is you have validity to everything you said. And it's actually accurate. And then you do have people that will put the quote unquote the white woman that says she's this or she's that, because a lot of times with black women they become difficult. We have to be honest with that.
But black women are labeled difficult because we have to maintain a type of independency. You gotta lead your own house, do everything. Of course, you're gonna label somebody difficult when they're not sitting down, shutting up, and just doing what you telling them to do. When no, I'm not, because I've been leading my own house. But just like, not to even be personal about it, when you in a work field, you can have a black woman in power, and a black man will go, "Oh, who this black thinks she is? She thinks she better than everybody." But then we'll go bow down and do whatever the white woman say. I like stuff like that. It's like you're not supporting in all different aspects. It's not just personal, because if you do, you choose who you lay with, you choose who you know, whatever. But I see it in all walks of life. I watch the news, I pay attention, and it's not just to the velocity of just personal. When you see the Black Lives Matter movement, that's majority black women. You wanna say when George Floyd died, women. When Sandra Bland died, women. You didn't see a mass amount. I ain't gonna say there were no, but you didn't see a mass amount of men as you did women. So in that sense, I feel like, I'm not saying the black men don't protect us, or, they don't care about us, because that's not true. But into the capacity that we protect them, I don't feel like it'll ever be able to be reciprocated.
That was deep.
Well, we can go back to the point where if we want to look at the late 50s and the late 60s, when the black family was in the forefront, that structure has moved away.
Yeah.
Back then, to be honest, the black woman was the black man backbone. She's been that way for years. I'm not going to deny that. As a black man, I have a black mother. I have black cousins. They're queens, and I understand that. When we look at the work environment or wherever it may be, people become difficult with each other because it becomes a pissing contest when you speak about the black man respecting somebody else over the black woman.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to when the black woman used to be in a household, the black man couldn't even be in a household in order for her to get that money.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So
I agree with that.
we
200%.
get distance from each other, right? See, I'm
Mm-hmm.
about bringing it together. I'm not about separating because I understand the struggle. The struggle still exists to this day.
Yeah, and that was a condition of our environment. They did that. Yeah.
Yeah. And we've been against each other for years. So this is what has us go outside and say something else is this, when at the end of the day, black is beautiful.
Always. Black is gold, baby.
For real. Black is rich. You better stop
Man.
playing. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, wait for
I
Ollie to
love it
come
here.
back
Don't
on.
get me wrong. I love it here. I'll never ever date outside of my race. I love me a black man. I'm not never ever. I don't care where life take me. No. No, thank you. But yeah, it's
I want to say that obviously the topic is something that's of importance based on there's two sides to it. But the reality is we have been so distant, and this has been for a while. We have to get back to finding the root, right? And the root starts with us.
mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily to do with, the topic that you brought up. I definitely appreciate you for that because it brought up a bigger issue for me. When I sat there and I thought about it, it's not necessarily about the black man protecting the black woman or the black woman protecting the black man. It's about the black community, the black household. We lack structure. We lack discipline. We lack direction. So therefore, it's chaos in the household.
Okay, let me ask you something, Ali.
We put too much on each other, and we don't support each other how we're supposed to support each other.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that has to do with how we was raised.
Yeah.
How to support our love, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we figure that part out? Because if I don't know how to love you, I definitely don't know how to support you.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
You're right.
So,
but love comes from self.
You say that, right? Say it one more again.
I said love comes from self. Like,
well, love comes from self, but it has to derive from somewhere. It has to be, like anything, is you learn it from somewhere. Where do you learn it from?
Yeah.
So I can tell you this: when I used to see my mother and father, the love that they displayed, it was violent. Mm. It was abusive. Mm. And therefore, that's what I learned. Right?
Right.
So we have to always look at things and share to understand this, because we had this conversation off air before. Self-healing is so important in the Black community.
Okay, so I have a question. It's concerning self-healing.
Go ahead.
Not self-healing, but my question is, do you feel like the Black man will ever forgive the Black woman for basically letting them be taken out the home? Because that's where a lot of it stems from. But
it go even
do go beyond that.
Further. Yeah. It goes beyond that because
it definitely do.
I'm gonna take it another spin. I believe it was designed or set up that way. Because as Black people, we are some of the most influential, powerful, wise,
preacher,
educated, naturally talented beings on this earth. So for them to find a way to divide us, to make sure they break up the household, to make sure they bring chaos to our children. Now, as we're having this conversation, right? We're having this conversation because we know there is a divide. We know that the separation is great. We can feel it. We can see it. We understand it. We don't like it, right? So now it's our time, our age. We got the 80s babies. You got the 90s babies. You got the 2000 babies. You got the 70s babies, even some 60s, right? That
Mm-hmm.
it's time. It is time. It is time for us to get it together. If we don't pause and take a look at our cycles, our perpetual um, patterns,
Mm-hmm.
and rise up, I think we would be extinct.
Yep.
So, since this podcast is going out, and I know there's so many people, and there's so many in us as Black women, we love from the heart. We want to be there for our men. We want to support you. We support you from the ground up.
Mm. Mm.
However, we know in that process, there's psychological things, right? So a man has to feel like a man. A man has to know how to love himself. A
Mm.
man has to know that he is worthy of love. He is worthy of the support. He is worthy of asking for help. He is worthy of saying, I'm not strong today, right? Because we all got the different battles and the different things that we are facing because of this world. But if we got to look at self. We got to look at ourselves. The change we want to see, it has to start with the man in the mirror, with the
Yep.
woman in the mirror. It has to start there. You know what I'm saying? Because we could blame this person, we could say this, we could say that, but until you honestly look at yourself and look at where you are flawed, right? Because we all flawed. We
Mm-hmm.
all flawed. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is this and that, right? So I believe, and then when we can come together as well and love each other in our differences, love each other in our differences, in our quirks, in our funniness, in our silliness, even in our wisdom, even in our strength, and really just allow each other to shine or just be. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want it to make it seem like, oh, woe it's this or woe it's that. Just to be able to exist in a blissful state of understanding the strength, the divine, the divinity, the love that you are, that you possess, just walking this earth. There's power in that. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. But
Mm-hmm. No, you
yeah,
correct for real. That's
um,
and that's deep for real.
you know, we go ahead,
I,
please.
I wanna say something, right? Because I'm listening to two powerful women, and I can hear you guys clearly. But I want you to hear me.
Yes, sir.
Black man has been broken,
Mm-hmm.
and ain't nobody understanding that like him.
Yes.
He has been broken to his core,
Yes.
from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
Support him at his lowest point.
Mm.
Somebody may say, I don't want to do no Build a Bear project because at the end of the day, I ain't with that. But at some point, you got to realize the jewel that you got.
Mm.
And it's okay to dust that jewel off and start to shine that jewel. See, the thing with us, we don't want to put in that work. And sometimes it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, ladies, because it's hard. It's very hard, right?
Yes.
You got to cook. You got to clean. You got to go to work. You got to watch the kids, right?
Yes.
And that becomes the problem, right? Because you feel like you're not being supported. But at the end of the day, God granted you ability. And at the end of the day, can't nobody do it like you.
Yes.
That's just the truth, right?
Yes.
It's no excuse Because the reality is, when I sit here today and I tell you this honestly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look at my mother, God rest her soul. I understand her power and her ability. And ain't nobody like her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we look for. We look for someone that looks like your mother, that acts like and carries herself. The same thing with the black woman. You might not get that.
Uh-huh.
We got to break it down and we got to look at it for what it is, not for what we want to make it. We have to understand that.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with somebody that's been broken, in order to heal and fix him, what are you going to do? Are you going to put yourself in a position to understand that man? Because at the end of the day, he's broken.
Majority of us do understand it.
Uh-huh.
We know, we
You know
understand
what I'm
it.
saying? But this is what I'm saying, Shay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
You're broken too, to the point where you're going to be tired.
Mm.
And then the argument, the disrespect occurs, and now I don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it.
But see, where does the reciprocal?
Because nobody's humbling themselves to understand that you're broken and I'm broken.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in trauma. We can't live in trauma and look at each other. It's impossible.
Well, that's what therapy comes in. I feel like black people don't.
I want the guest to speak because she has a great point. But I'm telling you this for a fact. When you look at the black structure and you look at the black relationship, they're living in trauma.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we use trauma as a clutch, as a whole, as a community.
Hold on. In a relationship, you didn't get out of that relationship because you were still hurting in that relationship, and that still plagues you in this relationship. So I don't got a fair chance.
Okay. So what you want to say, Miss?
To really understand you and for you to understand me.
I feel like us as a community.
Okay. Go ahead, Wendy.
I feel like us as a community.
Because you might got a jewel.
Okay. Hold on, Ollie. Hold on. Go ahead, Wendy.
I feel like us as a community, we use trauma as a clutch because there's therapy. There's, where you can go heal and figure out what you need to do, what steps you need to take. Like, it's not, I don't feel like that's an excuse to not to be able to support somebody or, go seek help, go figure out what you need to do for yourself. Because just because you broken or you messed up, then you want me, I don't have a problem with supporting you and all of that, but that will never be enough. That will never be enough because I can't fix you. So in that sense, you need to go figure out for yourself what you need to do. It don't matter if you in 5-10 relationships, if you're not happy with yourself, if you have not healed from somebody who's hurt you in the past, you can never have a successful relationship. So that's just, I feel like us as a people, we use that in mental health. Like, oh, well, we don't support the black man's mental health, and the black man, they go through stuff, suicide, high rates of suicide. Yeah, all of that is understandable. But just that's as a community, that's something that we don't support as a community. Not just in one particular sex, it's in a community because mental health and all of that is looked down on black people like, oh, you crazy, oh, instead of, oh, well, you need to get help because you feel like this. Talk to somebody.
It's important.
That's all around though.
It's important.
So I don't feel like trauma is a clutch for somebody to be like, oh, well, you trauma bonded with me. And no, if you identify that somebody it has trauma and has not healed from that, that's when you support them and tell them you get help. You seek some help for that. I can't fix you, but I'm gonna be here to help you along the way. But I can't fix you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's just my personal opinion. That's just,
it's not for you to fix me.
No, nobody can fix you, but somebody can help you understand why you feel like this. Why you go through the things you go through. Why you pick the people you go through. Why you pick the people you pick.
We use the term and fix. You cannot fix anybody. The job is to be able to support your mate, husband, or man, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever term we use. There's a lack of support based on supporting somebody is very hard when you're tired. It's hard. It's a struggle, right? We can't even agree on what we want to eat this morning without having an argument. We argue so much that we lose sight of what we're here for. And that's for me and you to be together and love each other, right? Some people say love is what you make it. Some people say love is something that's natural. But the reality is, when we sit back and we look at trauma, because you were speaking about trauma and mental health, and you said those things become a crutch, but the reality is there's nothing more than a crutch. That's just the truth. The truth is, in the Black community, we trauma bond. And we don't heal. We don't heal. So when I'm saying this respectfully. I'm not disrespecting you because I love you in regards of what you bring to the table, because at the end of the day, it's something we all can eat. But I'm going to tell you this as a fact. If you don't remove yourself to ever be able to understand yourself, you're always going to be in this condition, in this mindset. And the mindset says, I'm going to make an excuse because I'm trying to justify my behavior. We're not justifying nothing here. The reality is, when we come from the Black community, we come from dysfunction.
I agree.
In our households growing up, I can guarantee you, if me and you sit and talk long enough, me and you will have stories that will relate to each other.
Absolutely.
My mother and father wasn't together. I watched my mother and I watched my father fight to the point where I was sitting there crying at 9 years old because I wanted to protect my mother. So we have these things and we grow up with these things. And the reality is that's going to affect you in your life no matter how old you are, until you get to be able to get the true support that you need.
And grow up. You got to grow up. You got to grow up too. We got to grow up. We got to grow up.
You have to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be understanding for you being able to grow up.
And you got to seek help if you need help.
You live. Well, the thing is, in the Black community, we don't like to ask for help.
That's the problem.
We like to walk around and we're prideful.
That too.
Or we don't want to go to the doctor.
That too.
We don't want to ask nobody because we feel like we got it all under control. No, you don't.
And I agree.
Control because you don't even understand yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got it under control. So we got to start acting, and we got to reach out and talk about these things. And when you with somebody, instead of acting how you got the nice Jordan on and your fit looking good and your braids looking right, ask about what's going on. Get deep. Let's stop meeting each other and just talking on the surface. Let's get deep.
Mm-hmm.
Not about how good your sex is.
Leave that at the door.
Because
no, for real.
I want to be with you, and we're going to so-called start our life together. Let me understand you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me understand you, and you understand me. Because that's the only way we're going to heal.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't going to heal by being fake with each other, trying to sugarcoat and hide it. Well, I don't want to tell her, man, when I was growing up, I seen this because I want to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm broken. I'm broken, and it hurts. So I need you to hold me. I need you to hold me. I need you to, because at the end of the day, when you show me that, I'm going to be able to show you me. I'm going to be able to give you all of me because that's what I want to do. But I need you to be able to open me up. You see, I'm tired of being weak. I'm tired of being lost. I'm tired of being disrespectful to you. But at the end of the day, at some point, you're going to have to submit to them. All this yelling and hollering and we going back and forth, I don't need to hear that. That's not going to do us no good.
Mm-hmm. No, communication, definitely. Healthy communication is important.
There you go. Healthy communication.
Yes, indeed.
And that's what we have to do. But we're so caught up in trying to one up each other, right? We're so caught up in trying to, I don't want to hear that. We don't want to communicate. And then when we communicate, we're communicating the wrong way. You said it.
Mm-hmm.
Communication, queen. Healthy communication.
Yeah, and that's not shutting somebody down when they saying something, or it's see, this is a lot to unpack, okay? Because this can go a lot of different places.
A lot of different ways. It's a lot, and it's a lot. And I really think, like, as far as like those of us that are aware of the trauma bonding, knowing that you cannot actually hop in some trauma bonding type stuff. You need to allow that person that time and space for them to heal. And then if it's meant for you guys to come back together, then you'll come back together. However, being a support system is okay, but also too we have to have discernment, because people will use you, people will siphon your energy, people will come around because you got that good juice, you know what I'm saying? They will, male and female. So you have to use discernment, and you have to know how to say no for yourself and have those proper boundaries. But as far as us coming together and supporting one another, I just really want to put this out there, that we need each other. We see you, Black men. We love you. We support you. We salute you. We honor you. We praise you. We uplift you. We pray for you, and all of that, and so much more. So know that we are here fighting for you, standing for you, waiting for you. It's a lot of us out here waiting for you, getting ourselves together, getting our mental health together, getting our finances together for that right king to come and stand beside us, right? So either we co-create together and move as a unit, move as a community. She here. She here. I want to say on God. She's here.
No, we stronger together than apart, most definitely.
Right. She's here.
Hey, I want to ask the guest a question.
Go for it.
And I'm going to get a little personal. And obviously, you thought of this question. Where did it come from?
It really came.
What made you want to dialogue on this particular subject?
Well, you know what? Honestly, I like dialogue first off. So even when, even when me meeting people, I like to get a little deep, I like to pick people's brain.
As you should.
And see where they stand on, different stuff. But that topic, honestly, it just came in my head. It wasn't a specific like, oh, because of this or that. But I have seen a lot. I'm gonna just be honest. From the Black Lives Matter movement, that put a lot into perspective, like for me. And then just unboxing a lot of stuff and like, oh well, this and that and that. But I can get pretty deep when it comes to conversation. So yeah, that was just where it came from, just off the top of my head, honestly. And it's I felt some way about it, but it wasn't something that was just like I just thought about it every day. No.
So it wasn't personal. It wasn't nothing that you happened to been through in regards to your life.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure every black woman has been through some type of experience of that nature. So yeah, I have. Um,
Absolutely. I have as well.
but is it a topic of, okay, let me say this because I have trauma bonded with somebody, and supported them, all of that, okay? And I have been with somebody who um I supported more than they supported me, and I've been with somebody who supported me more than I supported them. But
Mhm.
in the sense of I'm okay with identifying where my problem is. And
Mhm.
I'm okay with talking about mental health, talking about uh uh where's your mind, where's your how do you feel, like, my questions to my daughter's dad wasn't, oh, how was your day today? My questions was, how's your mind today? Are you feeling love today? Is there anything I could do better today that will make you feel better today?
That's what's
I
up.
wasn't surface like, oh yeah, well, I hope you had a good day today. No,
Mm.
because anybody could say that. So it's about knowing how to communicate effectively, and I'm really big on that. So that's where it's like a personal balance of it, I guess.
Mm.
Mhm. I commend you. Truly, I do. It's hard to come on any type of format to be able to express yourself, particularly with a topic that, like Shay said, it can be damn right controversial. I ask that question because generally, a lot of times, uh, we ask things or we propose things because they're personal to us, something we may went through. I truly respect when you was with your man, you didn't come home and typically ask typical questions. You wanted to know the mind frame. And I think saying that, and I hope everybody's paying attention to what she said, that's so important
That is.
because if you open that person up, you will be able to grow with that person in a way that's so intimate, particularly if that person understands what you're doing. We got to get out of the mindset of being basic because at the end of the day, I like to tell people when you fall in love, you want to fall in love over and over again. Each day becomes its own experience. And she said something that was very vital to everybody that's listening. It's okay to ask questions differently. You don't have to have a certain format to just ask how was your day because it's bigger than how was your day. And that's what we have to understand that in order for us to really get right and really get on track with each other, we got to sometimes remove ourselves in order to see ourselves, if that makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, I'm super excited to share this collaboration with you all. My brokerage and I have partnered with Ethos, a technology company offering access to life insurance products through insurance carriers that can be purchased online. The 100% online application takes just minutes. Many policies are issued same day and no medical exams are required. Just a few health questions. Also, with all eligible Ethos policies, we offer free will and trust at $898 value at no extra cost. If you live in these states and would like to work with me, please click the link in the description box below. For all other states not listed, please use the second link. Take care. All right, love. So, any last words from our guests? Ali, we getting ready to close out this episode, but we'll be back with another one for sure.
My last words is support each other the way that you would want somebody to support you, no matter male or female, no
Yes.
matter black, white, purple. Support people. They need it.
Yes. Facts.
I'll just say, like I say all the time, any topic we talk about is highly important. Today, it brought home for me a lot of things. Particularly as a black man in America, uh, we definitely got to do better. Not only yourself, but supporting our women and supporting our communities and our children as well. There's a lot of black men out there that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. I'm sitting here currently incarcerated. So I fall under that umbrella, and I'm saying at the end of the day, I understand my struggle, and I understand that I need to change and do better for my people, let alone myself.
Yeah.
But today, make sure that when you listen, you really listen. The conversation was heavy today. Honestly, it kind of moved me in a different type of way today, and I greatly appreciate the guests for being able to come on here and express yourself in this type of form, because I know it can be hard. Thank you, and I do appreciate you for allowing us to have your presence.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us today. And my closing remarks is just, we come from a history of oppression and pain. And so I want you to dig deep within yourself and fight for your joy, fight for your freedom, fight for your peace of mind, fight for your mental health, fight for your children, fight for our families, and fight for the communities, because we need you. All right, love. So with that being said, we see you next time. Y'all ready for the affirmations? I am a queen.
I'm a queen.
I am a king.
Yes, I am divine.
I am divine.
I am divine.
God is always with me.
God is always with me.
God is always with me.
And my ancestors are proud of me.
And my ancestors are proud of me.
And my ancestors are proud of me.
Peace, y'all. See y'all in the next episode.
Peace.
All right. Peace, everybody. One love.